Femicide has become a pandemic, and a state of emergency needs to be declared on this often overlooked issue. Victim blaming must end. Femicide, the intentional killing of women and girls because they are female, is a serious crime that is on the rise in Nigeria and is overlooked. It often stems from ongoing patterns of violence against women driven by deep-rooted beliefs that men should have control over women. Globally, femicide is seen as a violation of human rights, with the United Nations reporting that more than 89,000 women and girls were killed in 2002 and 2003. A 2022 report alone reported that at least 401 women died from sexual and gender-based violence in Nigeria. In Nigeria, femicide is often concealed due to societal stigma, fear of retaliation, or shame experienced by the victims' families. Many cases go unreported, leaving families devastated and perpetuating a culture of silence. The imbalance of power between men and women fuels this violence as well, with men feeling entitled to control women, even if it means taking their lives. Some recent cases of the current reality. Paul Jeremiah, a 20-year-old undergraduate, was arrested by the Kogi State Police Command for kidnapping and murdering Damilola, a 19-year-old first-year student at the Federal University of Lafia. After demanding a ransom of 10 million naira, Jeremiah and his accomplice accepted 400,000 naira, but decided to kill and mutilate her when the ransom was not paid in full. Ayomide Adeleye, a 200-level philosophy student, confessed to the murder of Christiana Idowu, a 300-level student of the Federal University of Agriculture, FUNAB, in Abeokuta. Christiana has been missing for 2 weeks, and her body was only discovered after Adeleye confessed to the 174 Battalion of the Nigerian Army. Justina Nkang was murdered and dismembered by her boyfriend. Damian Okoligwe, a 400-level student of petrochemical engineering at the University of Port Harcourt. The deceased was a 300-level undergraduate student. Till date, no justice. Celine Ndudim and Afiba Tando vanished after visiting one Andrew Amechi. They are missing till date. The man's alleged plot to use a woman for rituals was disrupted after her cries alerted staff in a hotel in Abuja. A video seen on social media had the girl's hands tied and legs tied. These cases are just a few examples of what has happened this year alone, and it reflects a growing pattern of gender-based violence and femicide that is becoming frequent in our society. Ways forward. We need to strengthen existing laws that address SGBV and ensure its enforcement. Perpetrators of femicide must face swift and adequate punishment to deter future crimes. It is critical to break this silence surrounding femicide in Nigeria. Public education programs that dismantle harmful gender stereotypes and promote gender equality can help reduce this culture of violence. Engaging men and boys in conversations about gender equality and non-violence is important in changing the harmful gender norms that perpetuate femicide. We urge the government, civil society organizations, parents, religious bodies, traditional and community leaders, and all citizens of Nigeria to unite in the fight against femicide. Silence is not an option. While women and girls are brutally murdered just like that, we call on the government to strengthen laws addressing femicide and ensure they are properly enforced. Media organizations must raise awareness and challenge the harmful social norms that perpetuate this violence, while communities need to remain vigilant. Neighbors, look out for your neighbor. Support victims and hold perpetrators accountable. We want justice. Men in particular should become allies in promoting gender equality and preventing gender-based violence. We work closely with relevant law enforcement and government agencies and other civil society organizations to ensure that cases of femicide are reported and thoroughly investigated. Fem Foundation is a safe space for victims, and we are committed to ensuring they receive justice. We take it upon ourselves to support victims through every step of their journey, advocating for their rights and holding perpetrators accountable. The time to act is now. Every woman and girl deserves the right to live free of violence and fear. Together, we can put an end to femicide in Nigeria. Thank you.